Hi everyone, this is the next whole video that I'm trying to film and hopefully I can finish it this time. So basically I went to Hobbycraft yesterday to get a few art supplies and I needed to get some black pens because I can't find my favorite ones. I have them still somewhere boxed up, and so I got these Sharpie pens. It doesn't say on them what their width is, so we'll see how that goes. And then I got a white gel pen. It's called Souffle, and it says from Japan. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it's a white gel pen, which I really like how some artists use them in their watercolor paintings, just to give a little bit of an accent here and there. This is just a basic pencil HB2 because again I needed a pencil. Now brushes. I got some new watercolor brushes because the ones I have, they're starting to look a little bit worn, and I got some that the shapes that I already have and that I use quite often, which is these two, and then I got two which I don't have, and from what I have read and watched online, these two brushes I think I need to have and will be probably using quite often. So this brush is called what is it called? It's a script brush, and this is what it looks like. It's got a long and straight tip, and it's great for things like script writing, but also if you're painting flowers and things like that. It's also good for making like branches and leaves and all of that. This one is great for swatches, I realized, having seen what brushes I used in swatches. This one is by Dalla Roney, and it's a flat wash graduate, what is that, half? Not sure, I forgot to say what brand this one was. It's the same brand, System 3. Now the ones that I use quite often is just a quite basic round number 4 brush. It's also Dalla Roney System 3 and the same brand, the same range, round number 10, so it's just slightly bigger. So those are the brushes. Now I have been thinking, because I am into watercoloring and scrapbooking at the moment, I have been thinking of ways to store the scrapbooked pictures, because at the moment I have, for example, here a bunch of them just stuck on top of each other, and that is it. So I want to create an album, and not quite sure what to do, because some people seem to use some sort of plastic sleeves that they put the pictures or the scrapbooking pages in and store them that way, but I'm not sure I like that idea. I don't want to look at sort of plasticky film covering the pictures and things. So I had this idea in mind, and I don't know whether it's going to work, is this album, which is the exactly same size, and it has thickish paper, but not the paper I would scrapbook on, because the one I use is American Crafts and it's got texture, so it's a lot more interesting than just having this flat one. So what I was thinking is that I could, if I lay it on here, you can see it's by this much wide, yeah, which is about maybe almost 2 centimeters, and about this much long. so about a centimeter. So I was thinking that maybe I just cut down around the frame and stick them onto the page, and that way what I will end up with is just flicking through. Also, what this may help, I don't know if it will do or not, I will let you know. Oh, that came off, that needs to have some glue on it. So what it will basically look like is just you can then just turn the pages, and on every page on the front you will have a scrapbooking page glued. But what I was going to say is that it also may help if I use my what is it, the ATG? I'm not sure, I think so. That pink big glue machine. If I sort of stretch it on here, then maybe in those cases where the paper has, you know, lost its straightness, it will just hopefully stretch it like that and then also look more straighter. I don't know, that's just an idea. Something I want to try and see how I get on. And yeah, so I assume I don't like using anything too dimensional in my scrapbooking, but in this occasion I have popped the bunny and this little tag on some foam adhesive, so basically that gives it some dimension. So that is the max I would go to, really. So I hope if I fill up this album, then it probably will get that thick, maybe, hopefully not thicker, so it's not too out of control. So that's that. Now the other thing, talking about scrapbooking, I also got these two inks. So one in jet black and the other one in stone grey, because I realized that sometimes black stamping is a little bit too harsh. For example, again, if I show you here, well, here in this case it does work because we have black script over here and black here, so it kind of works. But in some cases you want it a little bit muted and not so much standing out, and from what I learned is that you want to go with a grey color because that is a little bit more muted. Now these are the solvent ink pads, and the reason I got them is because, as it says for every surface, it says that you can actually, let me read it on here, it did say you can use it on plastic, metal, glass, ceramic, laminated paper, coated paper and leather. Not recommended for fabric. Okay, so what I got it for is the stickers. So the stickers, some of them, like these banners, they're called banners, I'm not sure, or something like that. As you can see, they have a little bit of a gloss to them, and if you just stamp, for example, sometimes you want to stamp a sentiment or a word or a date. If you stamp it with a regular ink, it's just going to smudge. Okay, so these ones are the ones that stay on, from what I understand. So I will try that, and I will let you know how I get on with this. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Next thing would be a sketchbook. So this is a Dalla and Ronnie Ebony Artist Sketchbook. So it doesn't say what paper it is, but it's hot pressed or cold pressed. I don't think this is that sort of high quality there, but what I needed was a smooth, non-textured watercolor sketchbook. And it says here you can use it with pencil, brush, inks, acid free, and you get 50 pages. So I quite like this size, and that's what it looks like. So it's got a little bit of texture, but hardly any. It's a good thickness, so that would do nicely. And then I also got just a what is it called? Paper pad? I'm not sure. So this is also for watercolor, and it's a smooth one because I've been using a lot of textured, and I kind of, this does say hot press, so this was a little bit more expensive than the other one, I think, because this one is a little bit more better in quality. It says you only get 12 pages here, so I was a bit surprised because it does look quite thick, so the pages themselves must be quite thick as well, and they do feel a lot thicker than the previous, and the texture is the same. Right, so that's that. I also got some masking tape, which is what I want to do with it is use it in watercolor paintings and stretch the pages on something, for example, some sort of board, and then once you finish painting, you just leave them to dry, and apparently that helps to avoid creating sort of that kind of when you add too much water to paper, it starts to what is the word, going a little bit bubbly, so that helps with it apparently. So I want to try that. Well, I know I have tried this before, so I will give it a go again. Now the last thing I got is this palette, and I have in the previous video mentioned to you that I have ordered my first watercolor tubes, and the way I want to store them is put them into these sections here and let them dry, and that is it. So you never go into those colors, you leave them as they are, and you can sort of on the other side use maybe with your Sharpie write down what brand the name it is, so you know exactly what color it is, and this is the section you use to mix your colors. So then you get this, it's I guess a portable, so you can go out with it. So you use the other hand holding the camera, so you hold your palette like that when you're on the go, I guess, and you paint with it. What these things are for, I can only guess it's a brush holder, but I'm not entirely sure because they're quite sharp. So that's it. And how many colors do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get 20 colors here. And it's really cheap. It was a couple of pounds, and that is the packaging over here, in case you wonder. So that's what it looks like. It's by the brand called Frisk plastic folding palette, and it's a small one. It's a good size for a small. So that's it for my hobbycraft haul. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.